Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Drake. Did you know that the U.S. manufacturing industry has decreased significantly since the post World War II powerhouse that it once was? This has resulted in the loss of jobs, dismemberment of communities, families, and more. I will advocate for U.S. companies to bring back their operations to U.S. soil. The impact the industry loss has accrued in America is very evident. For example, Andrews of the Industry Weekly article stated that Flint, Michigan has lost 420,000 jobs in the 2010s alone. And it's seeing a long lasting impact on the community as a whole. It's not as prosperous as it once was, and it's just not thriving in general. I will focus on three main points today. The first being the economic benefits that come with reshoring, the challenges that come with reshoring and how we're going to overcome them, and the long-term stability that comes with reshoring as well. Starting with the economic benefits. Reshoring will breathe life into communities like Flint, Michigan that have just not thrived since the factories in their areas have closed down because of loss of jobs. There's just not enough money flow going around in the area. It's very impoverished stricken. And according to a Boston Consulting Group study conducted in 2018, reshoring factory jobs into the U.S. will create 2.5 million jobs, if not more, by 2025. However, that being said, there will be a higher production cost if we do reshore because of how cheap labor is in China. But to combat that, research by McKinsey and Company states that over time, not immediately, but over time, it'll actually be cheaper because of reduced shipping costs of shipping from countries that are so far away, along with better product quality and having smaller inventory because the factories overseas have stock huge inventory so that they don't have to, because they supply themselves. If you just supply yourself, you can have a smaller inventory. Next, Deloitte, which is a worldwide consulting firm, states that reshoring will lead to an increased production processes and shorter supply chains. However, shorter supply chains will face resistance from stakeholders overseas that have good relationships with American manufacturing companies. They will be upset that they are taking away their jobs, taking away from their economy, and they just will likely burden their relationship with these U.S. companies. And how we're going to combat that is a gradual reshoring strategy. According to an article in the International Journal of Production, it states that if we implement a plan that involves stakeholders, is gradual and not immediate, then the impacts that are seen in the economy and in the market from reshoring will be minimized, and it'll be a smooth process for everyone involved. And lastly, the long-term stability that comes with reshoring. Shorter supply chains will reduce carbon footprint. Everyone in the world is concerned about the environment and the footprint that we are leaving. The huge corporations that are producing overseas have a huge effect on that. If we reduce the supply chains, less greenhouse gases will be emitted into the atmosphere. Also, if there is less carbon footprint, there'll be an increase in consumer confidence, which will increase consumer spending, which will stabilize the market. And according to a study conducted by multiple environmental groups, they state that increased short supply chains will decrease greenhouse gas emissions. That being said, acknowledging the competitiveness of the global market is a must. Companies aren't going to be willing to just shut down their operations while they reshore. So that being said, a Harvard Business Review study found that American-made products are more appealing to companies. So if you are willing to put a pause on production for just the couple months that it takes to reshore your facilities to the US, your product, your company will actually be more competitive in the market. To wrap it up, I want to treat this speech as a call to action for citizens to focus on being more aware of where your products and what you're buying, eating, wearing comes from, and to support local made, if not local, state, if not state, at least country. Buy things that are made in California, buy things that are made in America, buy things that are made in your city. Find a company that creates in your city alone. Shorter supply chains, reduce greenhouse gas emissions. It's helpful and beneficial for everyone, from the corporations to the people. And to the US companies, seize this opportunity, dictate change, so that together with the people, we can rebuild the American economy and forge a better, more prosperous America for everyone. Thank you for listening. I hope you were persuaded. If not, I hope you learned something, and I hope you agree.